All right. Good evening for those of you on the East Coast. Some of you. We are going, tonight's Niggun is going to be Keli Atoh. Keli Atoh is said every Rosh Chodesh. We also say it, when do we say Rosh Chodesh? We say it during Hallel. So every time you say Hallel, you sing this Niggun, as well as Erev. We say it Erev Pesach, Erev Passover, the Eve of Passover. We will say it, I believe, on Rosh Hashanah. And this is one of the 10 melodies composed by the Alter Rebbe. All the most sublime Niggunim come from the Alter Rebbe. If you attend a wedding, any Hasidic wedding, and I think it's now moved on beyond Hasidic weddings, it's all traditional Orthodox weddings. Not all, but a lot. Very, very often. They sing when the chassid and the kala, the groom and the bride, are on their way to the chuppah. They sing a niggin called the Daled Bavis, 4 stanzas, and that's a more famous niggin by the Alter Rebbe. It starts but I cannot. You can't. Maybe if I sing, you can't sing that whenever you want. It can only be on special occasions. Otherwise, there's a tremendous amount of klipa. The tradition is a tremendous amount of klipa will attach itself to that niggin. So I have to look up whether I can teach that niggin or not. Anyway, this is Keli Atoh. This is from Tehillim 118. It speaks about David HaMelech's. King David is talking about his trust in Hashem. He was saved by many times. He was saved, especially by King Saul, who tried to kill him, which we spoke about in the Talmud class, right? Briefly last Thursday. That eventually led to King David becoming king with the help of Yonasan. Yonasan was the son of King Saul. So this was composed by King David, and really, we'll actually say a few. This particular Tehillim is said a lot. One of which you'll hear on Rosh Hashanah, right before the blowing of the shofar. If you see verse 5 over here, what does it say? Mina meitzar kerasika nani b'merchavka. Now I'm saying ka, right? And if you learn, it's yod and hey. I'm not saying that's Hashem's name, so I'm not. I guess I can actually say it. From the straits I called God. God answered me with vast expanse. What does that remind you of? The shofar, right? You blow from the straits, and the sound, the sound comes out from the expansive part of the shofar. So we'll actually say that right before we blow the shofar. Whatever, there's more, we say more psukim. But what we're going to start is from Keli Atoh. Now, the tradition is this is the niggin which we will sing when Mashiach is arriving. When Eliyahu Hanavi, Elijah the prophet, is going to come and is announced, Hinei ba, Mashiach has arrived. Everyone will start singing this niggin. That's the tradition. And what is it? You are my God, and I shall thank you, the God of my father. I shall exalt you. Give thanks to the Lord, because he is good, for his kindness is eternal. We'll have such gratitude towards Hashem we'll see everything that he's done for us and all the good that he has done for us. Even that which does not seem good will be good. We'll see the good in it. Like we spoke many times in Chassidus, that really everything Hashem only gives good. Sometimes it just comes in a very concealed form, a very concealed way, because it's so great. Klipa will attach itself to it. And this is the niggin that we will sing. And here it goes. Keli Atoh, verse 28. Keli Atoh ve'oideka Eloika yaroi memeka Keli Atoh ve'oideka Elekai Aroi Memeka Hoidu Ladoi Shem Kitoi Kilei Olam Chastoi Hoidu Ladoi Shem Kitoi Kilei Olam Chastoi. So I sang it in the. There's two ways to sing it. Obviously, I'm not saying Hashem's name, but I could, and I think I will do it now. We don't say Hashem's name if you're not going to say a whole pasuk, a whole passage. But these are whole psukim, so I could. So I'll sing it actually now in the regular version. I should have done that to begin with. Especially when you're teaching, you can also say it. You can use Hashem's name. One more time. Eli Atoh ve'oideka Eloi hayaroi memeka Eli Atoh ve'oideka Eloi hayaroi memeka Hoidu Ladoi enai kitoi Kilei olam chastoi Hoidu Ladoi enai kitoi Kilei olam chastoi. We sing that also Pesach night. We sing it twice. On Passover, one we say it during Hallel, because Hallel is part of the Haggadah. But we also say it, Chabad also sings it when we go to open the door for Eliyahu Hanavi, for Elijah the prophet. Why are we saying that when Elijah, and you invite Eliyahu Hanavi and Elijah in? Because we're trying to remind him, hey man, it's time for you to announce that Mashiach's coming. We're prepared for you. So as we're walking with our candles to the door to open the door, or just one person really, everybody sings that Niggunim as we go. Now I want to just show a little video. It's not so inspiring, but it shows the Rebbe. It shows the Chassidim singing it. Now this is in front of 770. This is called Mayim Shalanu. The Rebbe would bake. The Rebbe's matzahs would be baked right before. On Erev Pesach, right before Pesach commences. And he's pouring the water out that will be used to bake his matzah. And as he's pouring the water, you'll hear the Chassidim singing it. So here, I'd like to just... Interesting. Okay, so the water was actually prepared a week before, but this is the water that will be used to bake the Rebbe's matzahs. Rebbe just came back from the Ohel, clearly, the gravesite of his father-in-law. The Rebbe is going to pour it out 3 times. Watch. It's probabilistic. All right, interesting. So, so the Rebbe goes. The Rebbe waved his hands. People went crazy. So that was sung pretty. That was actually sung pretty fast. Usually it's sung pretty slow. Now I just wanted to point out one more thing over here. So all of this is this whole psalm, like I said, is to give thanks to Hashem. And I just want to sing this little part over here. This is something that's sung on also on Hallel before we sing the Keli Atoh. This is not the Keli Atoh. This is not composed by the Alter Rebbe, but it's beautiful nevertheless. It has to do with thanking Hashem once again. Starts from 21 plus like 21 or Chav Aleph. It goes like this. O eitcha ki ani sani v'atehi li lishua. O eitcha ki ani sani v'atehi li lishua. Even masu haboini hayesali roish bina. Even masu haboini hayesali roish bina. Yes, Adonai hayesazoi, iniflois bieneno. Yes, Adonai hayesazoi, iniflois bieneno. Ze hayoi masadoina. Nagila venis mechavot ze hayoy masaladoinoi. Nagila venis mechavoy. And then all the congregation will yell out, Ana Hashem Oishiana. And they'll repeat, Ana Hashem Oishiana. Ana Hashem Atzlichana. Ana Hashem Atzlichana. Please, O Lord, save us now. Please, O Lord, make us prosperous now. We'll sing that on every Yom Tiv. You'll hear that on Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Hallel. Look out for it. I just thought it would be very apropos to prepare you for what's coming up. Okay, anybody have any questions? I have to think it's one of those beautiful Niggunim that we have, and we sing it very often. You go into a crowd, you go into a shul, and there's hundreds of people singing it. It's quite powerful. Anybody else have any questions?
I think this is really wonderful that we should have more classes like this, because when you sing, if some of us are learning Hebrew and read it, we can follow and like the word, how they're read and pronounced it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, yeah, I would also suggest, first of all, I'll have it recorded so you can watch it. But on what's it called? You go to shul on make sure you go to shul on Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and on every Rosh Chodesh, and you'll also see it then. But yes, this is a good idea. I'll do it next time. I'll show most of the Niggunim, like most of our songs, come from Psalms from King David. So I'll have it like this, where you can see it, and I'll do it along with you.
Yeah, I think it's great that they have the vowel annotations in this Chabad.org, because then it's easier to follow, and like I'm familiar with a lot of letters, and I think the mastering is getting to the point where like the vowel annotations, which are like more contemporary edition, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll do it. Okay, great idea. Thanks a lot.
That's great. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have any? Anybody else? Anybody have any questions? That's it. That's all I have. Keli Atoh. It'll be. I'm gonna do another one. I'm gonna do more Rosh Hashanah ones. coming up, and Yom Kippur. I mean, those are going to be the most beautiful. Those are the most beautiful, probably Niggunim. Yom Kippur, as difficult as Yom Kippur is, because it's a fast day. I actually don't think it's so difficult. Tisha B'Av is more difficult, in my opinion. It's a much long. Tisha B'Av is a longer fast, and it's hot. Yom Kippur, when you go to shul, you go to sit and you hear you go to a Chabad shul at least. So many songs. There's so many beautiful Niggunim throughout the entire period that it's like, if anything, you don't even have to pray. You just go to hear the songs, go to hear the melodies. And if you have a good chazan who's like not a great voice per se, but just a heartsick person, a person who's very emotional and really, and you can tell he understands the words that he's saying, it'll definitely move you to do teshuva. You feel that he's doing teshuva, like you makes a hazaza. It arouses you a little bit. It moves you a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Can't wait.
yeah, me too. Well, although, by the way, the best is Sukkot. Sukkot is still the best. Whatever, we will get to Sukkot when we get to Sukkot. But and we will sing this every day of Sukkot. So make sure you know this. Every day we do Hallel on Sukkot. So you'll be very good at this if you go to shul on Sukkot. Okay, everybody. That was a little bit shorter, but short and sweet. Okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's halacha in the morning. Then tomorrow night, we have 2 classes going on at the same time. Whichever one, I'm going to continue with Tanya, and Rabbi Silberberg, Senior, the Rav, is going to be opening tractate Rosh Hashanah. He'll be doing select sugiyot, like parts, ideas from tractate Rosh Hashanah, from the Gemara Rosh Hashanah. Everyone, you can go to either or. I don't mind if you don't, whatever you want. I think it'll be pretty cool. I think both would be pretty cool. So either way, maybe I'll see you tomorrow afternoon for halacha. Sei gesund, everybody. I'll see you.